Maybe. Oh, look at that. There we are. Well, hello, everyone.
How is everyone?
No, that's not what I want to do. Just tweeting out that we're live. Maybe we'll put it on other social media platforms at some point. Maybe. Well, happy July 3rd. Or some like to say
The eve.
July 4th Eve.
Yes, July 4th Eve. The eve of our 250th anniversary as a nation.
I'm David.
And I'm Jeff.
And welcome to Jeff and Jeff Talks, where we talk about things.
And have a talk.
We do. Before we get started, though, you should like and subscribe. Tell us that you love us in the comments. Or conversely, you could say that you hate us in the comments. Either way, comments are nice.
Yes. And we will try to comment on the comments so that we can comment.
Exactly. If we feel like it. I mean, if we don't. All right. We got some fun stories today. What we got talking about today? We're talking about the UK, wherever that is.
Yeah.
Right to repair, which I appreciate. Hail.
Hail, hail, the hail's all here.
USAID.
Yep.
Or USAID. Mamdani, some guy. I think is he a mayor or something?
Yeah.
No, he is.
He's the mayor.
He's the mayor. Got that right. The SAVE Act.
The Great American State Fair.
Mm.
We may even touch on something else that's going on, this thing that they kick this ball around.
Oh, the FIFA. Yeah, there's this thing going on called FIFA.
We might,
like the World Cup
even
or whatever.
Talk about it.
It's been interesting.
And then we'll have the Science Corner,
Oh, yes.
where it's
Forgot to put that
always
story
90
up.
degrees.
I'll go ahead and get that up here.
Because
No,
it's
I
a
did
corner.
have it up. Look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost.
So
Not quite, though.
jump feet first.
Into shocking footage of Britain's two-tiered policing.
This young man was getting attacked by 3 migrants in Britain. And they were pushing him back and they were shoving him and they knocked him down. He stood up to get away from him, ran away from him, and a lady police officer ran right into him and he tried to tackle him, the white guy, and he fought back because he had just got off the ground.
Yep.
And then a second, he realized it was a cop he was fighting against, and so he stopped, and they arrested him and let the 3 migrants flee and haven't caught them.
Yeah, the United Kingdom is a failed state.
It is. It's absolutely a failed state. Yep.
They are a perfect example of why you can't allow illegal immigrants in.
Or legal. Because they allowed a lot of legal ones, too.
Yeah, but the legal ones they let in were refugees. So
No, they
shouldn't
weren't.
do that as well. A lot of them have been.
A lot of them have been, but they weren't not the last 20 years. Before then,
You can't
they were.
replace your population
Yes.
with people from other countries and keep your values.
Correct.
It just can't happen.
So they arrested the kid that was getting beat up.
This kid right here.
Yep. And they're asking to stop sharing it. The Birmingham police. Don't share this footage.
Of course it's going to get shared,
So
and you should feel terrible for it.
Yep.
And also, you should be fired, but you're probably not going to get fired, so you should resign.
And I hate to say it, the police are not your friend.
Well,
There. Because they're not.
I wouldn't say that you're your friend here either. Someone was asking about that a while ago at one of the networking events I was at, and I was explaining to them that the police are there to protect the community.
Right. They're the
and
cleanup
not
squad.
the individual.
Yep.
They're there to protect the community. So it is your job to protect yourself.
Yeah.
It's not the police's job. It is your sole job. Here in America, we do have some cities where the police are terrible, and they're just doing their job, but they're really not doing their job at all. They're enforcing immoral policies.
Yeah.
But in general, they're there to help. But what happens is when police get involved, they have to figure out who's in the right, and that can look a little weird because they weren't there the whole time.
If they're concerned about it. In the UK, they're not.
Well, I'm just saying in the U.S.,
Yeah.
even in the U.S., if police roll up in a fight,
Right. They have to separate them all, handcuff them all, put them in the back of cars, and then try to figure out what's going on.
Correct. So it's
And that's
best
okay.
advice you hear from attorneys: just don't talk.
Yeah, but that's
Not talk
okay.
to the police.
I don't have a problem when you go in and just put everybody in the back
Correct.
of the car in handcuffs that were involved in the fight or even peripherally involved. And then you got the control over the situation, you've calmed everything down, and you can let her rip.
What the kids should have said is, "I'm Asian and they're racist,"
That's
and then they would have left them
I
alone.
probably would have. But yeah.
Because that's what the UK police did. Because that's what happened the last time. The guy was stabbing the guy and killing him.
Do you know,
And when the police rolled up, he said, "He's a racist," and they arrested the guy bleeding out on the ground.
and died.
So in the UK, you just have to have a way to
Turn it into
Change-
racial.
change it into racial, get your
Yep.
status higher, because that's how it works in the DEI society. Is you have to have. He could have said he was a homosexual or
Yeah.
bisexual,
Or,
and that he was Chinese,
that's true.
and then he
Would've
would have been
worked.
fine.
That's right. Would have worked.
Would have worked. It is ridiculous, but it probably would have worked.
Sadly, it's probably would have worked.
What you do is you learn. The thing is when you're in situations like that where they don't have a coherent worldview, because what matters is adherence to what you're told, if that makes any sense. So whatever powers that be come up with the idea, they don't have to be logically consistent. You just have to believe them. And that allows you to have fun with them because they aren't logically consistent. And so you can just dance around their dumbassery, but you have to be willing to.
And yeah, there's problems too
Oh, there's definitely problems, but I'm saying
because it causes problems.
it definitely causes problems. But when they're in power, you need to be shrewd.
Yeah.
And play your cards right.
Yeah.
Now, that's our wonderful, uplifting story of the day.
From the UK.
Yeah. This one is actually an uplifting story.
Well, it's okay. It's now a story, but it's a story of the same thing, but in the U.S. These guys never should have been arrested
No, they should
ever.
not have been.
and put in prison. They should have never been arrested. Trump pardoned them, okay, but they should have never, ever been arrested.
The Biden administration was working with car manufacturers and a bunch of other manufacturers and making it so it was illegal for individuals to repair anything.
Yep.
And people got arrested for it and thrown in jail. So Trump pardoned them. They should never been thrown in jail, but I'm glad he's the president because he pardoned them.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What?
I hate the direction we're going in a country, and Sony is a perfect example of this.
Yeah,
They just
everything.
released
Written everything.
what's the name of the game?
PS5, 6,
No,
12?
not PS5. The game Grand Theft Auto
Oh, I don't know.
6. Yes, 6. They just announced the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, and their first release has no physical media. So they're purposely not selling CDs anymore.
Yeah.
Which they've said, like in the past, that they would continue doing.
You can't
And so
sell.
there's a ton of gamers who are canceling their Sony Live subscriptions or whatever it's called, and getting it off the platform because they want to be able to own their stuff.
So, Steam? Yes, Steam
Yes.
is making a big inroads into that because
They are.
they've got their own OS. They have their own controllers,
Mhm.
and I think there are more games on that platform than anywhere else because they
Yes.
took all the old games and they got them to work. They've got Wine on there that is working for the PC games, and
Mhm.
you can well, until a little while ago you could buy a Steam machine actually and game on it, but I think they're hard to find right now
I think
because
you
they're
still
so
buy 'em.
popular. Yeah, but I think it's hard to buy. And so here we go. It's
It's more expensive than they wanted. Yeah, there's the wait list now.
yeah, but
And the reason for that is because pricing has gone up on
memory.
memory
Yep. Not
and hard
this is-
drives.
but it's mostly memory. So it's a pretty cool machine, but it'll take a while before it gets accepted. But Sony, Xbox, because Microsoft's doing the same thing, all of those are all pushing. So you rent your game,
Yep.
and you rent your system,
Yeah.
and this is going to push people to this.
What I
game.
find sad is back in the day, Amazon was this awesome place because they're one of the ones who went mainstream with no DRM for music.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could buy music on their platform without a DRM. Now, I think that's actually changed. I believe if you buy music anywhere now, it all has DRMs. I'm pretty sure. But they were pioneering that, and that actually helped them a lot.
Become who they are.
Yeah.
In the
Because
music.
iTunes DRM'd the music, I believe.
Yeah. It's sad. But
there's two massive things about the Steam Machine, though, that are huge. One, yes, it's Linux, but it's not. It is its own OS. And why I say this, you should go watch the video from Linus Tech Tips. He does a review on it, but he did on his Friday show. He talked about his experience with it, and he's like, for gaming, it's okay. You can build a gaming computer better than
yeah,
for everyday life.
Yeah.
And just using it as a computer,
right.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I was
Apparently.
shocked. So
It's so much better than Windows.
I run Linux for my daily workstation.
You use
Zorin.
Zorin.
Because it's a Windows lookalike, and I wanted to see if it actually was a Windows lookalike, and it's close. But that's not why I run it, because I hate Windows 11.
It's terrible.
Terrible system.
Oh, they did give you an option to fix one of their terrible things.
They did, but
Their start menu, now you can exclude web results and other types of results.
it's
Which
way too late.
why would you have had them in the first place? But
And why do you have to redesign the entire user interface every major release? Just change it all.
Yeah.
It's like, anyhow. So I use Zorin daily. I'm thinking of partitioning my drive again and installing Steam on it just to play with
so
it.
Steam OS, it will work pretty
It
good
would.
on your machine.
Yeah.
But that device, because it was purpose built and tested on Steam
Correct.
OS, works so much better. He was the Linus.
See, like on that one, I've got 64 gig of RAM in my machine.
Yeah.
And I've got, a high-end gamer PC from about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty souped up box, but I'm thinking of partitioning the SD drive that I've got again, because I've got Windows on it, Windows 10. I've got this
Did you
Linux
hear about
on
that
it.
too? With
And then
Windows 10? They extended support
Oh, did they?
for individuals, not enterprise.
Well, I don't
And they
ever run on it.
admitted that no one's moving off of it.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of XP.
It's true.
Less than 5 years ago, the company I work for, we found Windows XP machines still running.
Yeah.
And they were running, and they were fine.
Yeah.
And there were no viruses on them, because why?
Not popular enough.
Nobody's writing viruses for a 30-year-old machine.
Now there's massive vulnerabilities. So if you have sensitive data on it,
There is. But it was kind of funny just to find that old of a machine. So I'm, like I said, I'll report back if I do it, because I'm tempted
yeah.
just to see what it's like.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm excited about it because essentially they're building out a Linux distro that is going to replace Windows.
Yeah. And way better.
Way better.
Well, I'll give you an example. Windows takes, and this is off an SD drive, okay? Windows is
Like
installed on it.
32.
What?
32 gigabytes or something like that? Or is it larger than that?
What?
Are you talking about the size?
No, the drive. I
Okay.
have I have a static, a 512 gigabyte drive that is SD drive, and then the Windows is on it, the Linux version is on it that I'm running. I'm going to put Steam on it, and Windows takes 5, 6, 7 seconds to boot up. to the login prompt.
Oh yeah.
Linux takes about 1.
Oh yeah, it's super fast.
It's up. And I'm like, oh.
They were doing search functionality comparisons from Linux to
Yeah.
Windows, and Windows is so much faster.
Yeah.
It's almost as if shoving AI into everything makes everything worse.
Yeah. That's the other thing I don't want, Windows 11.
I can't turn it off though.
So anyhow, back to...
So there's essentially two different things happening at the same time. There's a bunch of companies going to the you never own anything we buy. The
Right.
federal government under Trump seems to be going the you have to let people own things.
Well, some examples. New cars. You're not allowed to work on some of them.
Teslas specifically.
Depending on the vehicles.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to work on them. I changed my oil today myself in my truck.
I did mine Sunday.
Yeah. So you're not even allowed to do that.
And it took me, 40 minutes?
Yeah, it took me about, well,
You can get under yours easier.
no. Ford, the drain plug is a piece of plastic. So I broke mine today taking
So you
it
had
off.
to go to O'Reilly Auto
So I had to
Parts.
drive to Napa, who had one,
Napa. Okay.
and buy it for $10 and come back. And the $10 one is built way better than the one that was on there.
Yeah.
The one that was on there had these stupid little wings that you had to try to get your finger in to open it and turn it. And the replacement, you just put in a 3/8 extension and just...
So,
But yes, so mine took longer than a half hour.
yeah.
It would have taken me 20 minutes, but
That's why I like Toyota, though. Because
Yeah.
my oil filter is literally, there's a little, because they have the plastic now under the cars for aerodynamics.
yeah,
So there's a little panel you pop out. The oil filter's right there.
the drain
The oil
plug.
plug is right there. It's so easy.
Well, I like mine better than that. My oil filter's on top of the engine,
Oh, that's nice.
and you can unscrew it. And you
Also,
don't
you
dump-
can get under your car.
and it's
without
an
jacking it up.
F-150. Yeah,
I can't. My arm's barely not
Right.
long enough to reach
But-
under there.
the point is, a lot of these new cars you're not allowed to do that
You're not allowed
and
to
they're
do
moving
much-
that way.
much at all.
because even my F-150, which is
What,
it's
12
almost
years
10
old?
It's a 2017, so it's almost 10.
10 years old.
It to do the back brakes, you have to put it in maintenance mode.
Which you don't need a scan machine to do.
No, but these newer ones you do, because it won't recognize the part,
Oh, so dumb.
and it's just
So
it's
dumb.
so anyhow. Hopefully,
There's a whole
Trump
there's a
CEO.
whole series on that. If I had time, I might find it. But there's a Reddit post on people showing you how to disconnect your car from.
The
SIM.
GPS stuff,
Yeah, to pull it
Yeah.
all out of your car.
Yeah.
There's a
I've
whole
seen
group of people pulling it all out
Yep.
of their cars.
and it makes sense because it's the police can get to that. Oh, we didn't talk about that in our notes. The Supreme Court ruled.
Oh yeah, I can pull it up. Scotus.
Supreme Court ruled that the metadata that carriers or any service collects has an expectation of privacy. And so they have to have a warrant to go get it. They can't just ask AT&T or whoever, Verizon or T-Mobile or any of those. And that includes now these car makers. They can't ask for your metadata and without a warrant. And they have been asking for it for a long time.
Yes, they have.
And they've been getting it because that's
We'll go with the post-millennial because they're pretty good.
And so they ruled on it. They made some good rulings this last week
And some really stupid ones.
and some really dumb ones. Yep,
All right, so it was a 6-3 ruling.
most of them. So
It's about
he
geofencing, right?
Well,
because they
it
used
was-
to go and say, "I would like all the metadata for the people in this area,
In this
around
entire-
maybe the
well,
mall."
that's how they got
from
all the
2
people at
a.m.
January
to 3
6th.
p.m.
That's how they got all the January 6th ones.
Yes.
They went to the phone companies and said, give us all of the data, the metadata for anyone who was in this vicinity of this 17-mile range or 40-mile range
during this time period.
And they got it, and they went after a bunch of people.
Yep.
Which, thank the Lord, Trump pardoned them.
Yeah.
And what they ruled was that your location is private.
Good.
And so to get your location, which is part of your metadata, you have to, the police or FBI or any of the government has to have a warrant, and they have to have a suspicious of a particular crime again that you committed, not that was committed in the area. They have to have a suspicious that you committed the crime to get that data, which is fantastic.
Yeah. So this is the rest of the rulings. This is a quick, brief overview.
Very brief.
Trump was allowed to fire people at the FTC, which, that makes sense. 2, we lost on the mail-in ballots thing. The dumbest thing in the world. Amy Coney Barrett should be kicked out. Well, honestly, what I would do is I would have the Senate and the House kick out 3 liberal justices, impeach them, and remove them from the court.
Yes.
But Amy Coney Barrett should be removed from the court. Specifically...
So should John Roberts, I'm sorry.
And John Roberts. Specifically on this one... Who's the guy? The other justice that we didn't mention? It's not Kavanaugh. It's Thomas.
Thomas is the one who writes
Alito?
the scathing.
Yes,
and Alito.
61 page.
Yeah, 90 something page. Yeah, rebuke of it's not on here.
It is.
That's
This one. It's this one.
No, it's not. They ruled
Oh, that was birthright citizenship.
birthright citizens, and he wrote that 90 some odd page scathing rebuke and showed them how they were wrong. And so anyhow, but they ruled correctly on men can't be in women's sports.
Yep.
Which is great. They ruled correctly on bring up that other page so I can go over it real quick. That's not it. That's it. They ruled that states can count mail-in ballots after
this is
election
where
day.
Amy Coney Barrett's a moron.
Right. After election day.
What she specifically said, I believe in her ruling, is that Congress did not set a day for elections.
It's left up to the states.
No. Congress did.
Yeah, they did, but they didn't say it as a day.
They specified a day
they
for
did.
elections.
Yeah, for the presidential, the federal elections.
No,
Yes.
just elections.
Yeah, but
And she said no, they didn't.
Well,
they haven't. They didn't pick a specific
so
day.
the one thing they did get right in that is that they said the ballots have to be postmarked before election day or before. They cannot be postmarked after. And
so you're saying that in California, where you can write on there the dates you want,
correct, that is not
just
going to be
hand write
allowed.
on that won't work.
Nope, not anymore.
Okay.
Well, actually, it'll happen in California again because they just cheat.
Well, that's true.
And then the other thing that was weird that they did is they said Trump can fire anybody who is under the executive branch except the Federal Reserve.
That's not true. That's not true.
I know.
They said they couldn't fire her yet.
No, I understand that.
Which I know it's weird, but it's not as big of a deal as people are making
right.
it out
But that's
to
the part that's just weird.
Yeah.
And so, anyhow, they did some really weird stuff.
They did.
And it's what was pointed out to me and is interesting is that you never see the 3 liberal crazy women ever join the conservatives.
Yeah. Nope.
Unless it's a 9-0 ruling that's so blatantly obvious but they, on a controversial issue, they never go over, ever.
Yep.
But you will see these idiot so-called conservative justices that really aren't, will join the liberal screaming nut cases and join them, and that's what happened with birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship is obvious in its answer, but
No,
they
you shouldn't have
bent
it.
over backwards, twisted, ignored, and Alito and Thomas just ripped him a new one. It'll eventually get overturned, I think. The Scotus ruling will be overturned by another Scotus at some point because they're just wrong.
It's 100% wrong.
Yeah.
No, you cannot just come to the U.S. and have a kid and then it's a U.S. citizen.
One of the
That's how it works.
favorite memes I saw about that was the Babylon Bee.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, woman gives birth in Olive Garden, automatically becomes Italian citizen. And so it was hilarious. But anyhow, so that happened.
Yeah, and the birthright citizenship thing drives me nuts.
It shouldn't have happened the way it did.
Should not have happened, but Trump has things he's going to do, and he's going to roll some out.
Well,
One of the things he could do is just ban any pregnant woman coming to the United States.
And anybody of pregnant age should have to have a pregnancy test to come in.
Do you know what the suggestion was given?
We sterilize them all.
Yeah, you can't come to the U.S. unless you're sterile.
Yeah, there you go. And you have to prove it. Which is just stupid.
It is very dumb. It is very, very dumb.
So
moving on to a lighter topic, but not really because they're kind of hard.
Not lighter. It's actually quite harder.
Hail.
And boy, was it big. It's insane. They've had softball size hail.
Okay, that's nice.
It hit hard enough that it
dented it.
No, not just dented it. You saw glass shards come off the back of the window.
You did. Yeah, you did. They're still coming off there.
Yeah, and so, you saw it go into their faces.
Yep.
And that means it penetrated the multiple layers of glass and plastic and pushed that last layer of glass and broke it off, which is just crazy.
It is insane. We used to live there.
Yes.
I don't think we ever got hail that big one.
No, we didn't. We had, I don't know, quarter-size hail a few times. Actually, our one car we had the first new car we ever bought as a married couple. It was sitting outside. We got quarter-size hail. We took it in to get it fixed. There was 1,200 dents on it that they had to pull out.
They popped them all out?
They popped them all out, but 1,200.
Yeah, that's a lot. Now, that's a skill.
Yeah, it is a
Popping
skill.
dents. Man.
Yeah.
Those
but
people.
Anyhow, but yeah, these are just crazy size hail.
We'll link this video. You guys can watch it yourselves.
Yeah. I mean, that's and then coming at it, I don't know how fast they're moving, but they've got to be moving.
Well, they're not going terminal velocity quite, but they're going pretty fast.
They're moving. So you're talking divots somewhat like a golf ball would almost make.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
that's our lighthearted story of the day.
Well, there was another lighthearted story that North Dakota got the fastest ever recorded non-tornado winds this week. 131 miles an hour.
Oh, I think.
But it wasn't a tornado. It was just.
It's called a derecho.
And
when you have winds that fast, and the reason I know that because we got those in Virginia, it was like 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, but the
knocked down trees and power lines.
Fastest ever because North Dakota is kind of.
Yeah.
And not much there. Yeah.
So this is a fun story.
Yeah.
USAID. Now this is a conspiracy, of course,
but it's hilarious.
Seems to be true.
Yes.
USAID gets defunded, and now no one listens to rap anymore.
It's kind of weird. It is kind of weird. A coincidence. Is it a coincidence?
Partly not. As with most things, there's multiple factors involved. Sure. But I do believe that USAID was funding anti-American stuff.
And there's a lot of anti-American
There's a lot of
stuff.
rap that is anti-American, anti-people, human, teaching to act terribly. You can see with the elections around the world that defunding USAID is probably the best thing that President Trump has done.
Oh, the other thing that happened, speaking of that, is Dominion election systems.
The voting system things? Okay.
They dropped their lawsuit against Mike Lindell. Yeah. They just dropped it. NFA. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep. And so he was excited.
I'm sure he was. He's definitely a weird guy.
Absolutely.
But
the dude was on coke and everything else for like 20 years. So anybody who survives that comes out somewhat rational. I'm impressed.
a confidential settlement.
Yeah.
I think he got the settlement.
But it was he did. But it was why he did is because it was dismissed with prejudice.
Yes.
Which means they cannot bring it back.
Correct.
And so it was settled. And that's, like I said, anyhow, big deal.
It is a huge deal.
Because what Trump is finding out is that the 2020 election was stolen. And he's actually...
Sadly, a lot of it was legal cheating. What I mean by that is states passed laws to allow you to cheat legally.
Yeah.
So they cheated, but they passed a law that said it's okay.
Yeah.
Because California is that way. Because California...
Well, Georgia did it.
Yeah, but no, California is the worst example.
Yeah.
Because guess what? What can your signature be in California?
Nothing to anything.
No, anything you want it to be. And
Yeah.
it just has to be registered beforehand.
Right.
So if you get a bunch of homeless
But then
people...
they weren't even comparing the
they don't
signatures.
compare them at
though.
all. But you could get a bunch of homeless people to put down an X as their signature. And then guess what? Anyone can fill out their ballot for them and put an X down.
Yep.
And then going back to the dating thing, it doesn't have to be postmarked. You can write on there the date that it was dated before the election and hand it in and it'll count it.
It's crazy.
They cheat like crazy.
So anyhow, Mike Lindell, it was cool.
It is nice when occasionally our justice system actually does the just thing.
Well, it had nothing to do with justice system. It had Dominion
It
knew
did.
that they were going to have to do discovery.
That's the point. Is
And-
the only reason they backed down
And they
is
backed
that
down.
our justice system actually worked.
Because Lindell had enough money to keep pushing it.
Yes.
Took him 5.5 years to go through this, but he had enough money to keep pushing it, and they didn't want to do discovery.
Yep. Which is, if you don't know, discovery is this wonderful thing, but it's on both sides.
Yeah.
And what that means is when you have to take certain steps before you get to that point in a lawsuit. So you don't get discovery right up front normally. There's other steps that go through. But once you get to discovery, guess what? You get to ask the other side for literally anything related to the case.
Yeah. And they have to provide it.
If they don't give it to you, they get in trouble.
Yeah. They could lose the case just for that one thing. Yeah. Including a district attorney.
Yeah.
And that happens.
So discovery is awesome, but you have to remember that it's on both sides.
Yep.
So if you're trying to hide something, not good for you either. But if you've got nothing to hide, it's the best thing in the world.
Yep. So anyhow, that was good news on that.
Yes, very good news. All right, on to some more somber news, but I think it's actually going to be okay. Mamdani, the dumb mayor of New York City.
Yep.
Endorsed a bunch of candidates for office, and a lot of them won their primaries.
He did. Washington, D.C. mayoral race. Who else? A couple
Trump
of other...
just needs to bring that in under Congress again.
Yeah, he needs to get to self-rule. He needs to get rid of self-rule for D.C.
Yeah, and then
absolutely, just get rid of it.
Have a job.
Yeah.
But yeah, a bunch of them, and so I agree with Will Chamberlain here. The GOP majority should refuse to seat his endorsees. Why? Because they're communists.
That's right.
And we have the Communist Control Act is law, and communists don't have rights.
Yeah. And Mamdani needs to be kicked out of the country, denaturalized.
I agree with that. I'm sure if we looked in how he got to be a citizen, it's probably
he lied on his form. Because on the form it says, are you a communist or do you affiliate with them or do you have any ties? And he had to click no.
Well, I don't think Trump's going to do something like that until after the midterms.
Probably.
Because he doesn't want to hurt the midterms.
No. Yeah.
But after the midterms, he don't care no more.
Because he's not going to run again. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how much fun it would be to say that he's running again for his third term.
That's true. This is another story that I find hilarious. Is Mamdani has asked everyone to set their thermostats at 78 degrees
because
with the electrical grid.
They're having power problems because in 2021, they turned off the nuclear power plant in New York that was providing half of the electricity in New York State.
Ooh, I'm going to pull up something while you talk about it.
And so guess what? They don't have enough electricity. They're doing brownouts. They're doing blackouts. And it's all because the eco crazies got a hold and had them turn the cleanest thing off in the world, which is a nuclear power plant.
Yes, I agree.
Had them turn it off. It's
And
crazy.
Nuclear is the best thing in the world.
Now, all this stuff, what makes this even funnier, this
Story specifically,
is he can't get City Hall to turn it to 78 degrees. He can't get Taylor Swift and Kelsey to say that they're going to turn their wedding in the Madison Square Gardens to 78 degrees. He can't get the normal people to turn it. He's not going to turn his house to 78 degrees.
People on Twitter have been like, "Hey, can we get the house staff
to
go take a picture of his thermostat?"
Yeah, and put a camera on it and let it live feed.
That would work too. Yeah.
You know, because he'd go back in there and sneak it up. Sneak it down. But anyhow, it's
he's
dumb.
a ridiculous person. He's an idiot. And then he came out recently. He's like, "I saved the budget problem." No, you actually didn't.
No, he didn't.
He actually got them into lots more debt
because they got bailed out by the state of New York for a huge chunk of change that they're not going to get next year.
Nope. Communists are such idiots. So here's and this is actually on both sides, the extreme right and the extreme left, but there's more extreme left than there is extreme right because the right says, "You're an idiot, stop it."
Yeah.
They don't know anything. They literally don't know anything.
No, not even basic stuff. We were talking
about Caleb Hammers and their financial audit of a liberal lady.
That went viral, I think, this week, at least pieces of it, because literally she's one of the dumbest people I think he's interviewed.
Yeah. She knew literally nothing about anything she talked about, and she was wrong about everything.
Yeah. But
he asked her, one of the best questions he asked is, "So how much do you think the top 1% pay in taxes?"
Yeah.
What was her answer?
I don't
remember. No, her answer was 0.
Oh.
They pay 0.
Yeah.
That is factually incorrect. They pay like 35% of all taxes.
Yeah. He went after her for many things. And one of my favorite pieces was I don't even remember what the question was. He asked her a question and she didn't respond very well.
She doesn't
and then he asked her another one and a follow-up. And then he asked a follow-up. I think it was like the second follow-up question. Mm-hmm. And she literally went glazed over. What was the question? Just went blank. And like the light switch went off, and then somebody went back in there and flipped the light switch back on. What was the question? And I'm like, somebody went back and just flipped the light on and off.
He bashed her hard on fascism, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because guess what? Fascism and socialism they're brothers.
Same thing.
They're brothers. Fascism admits that everything is run by a select few. Socialism says it's not, but it is.
Yeah. I don't think they're brothers. I don't think that it's brothers. I think that's one guy wearing this mask, then to face this crowd over here, he puts a different mask on and then faces that crowd, then puts a different mask on and then faces this guy. So it's the same thing. It's just a different facade over it.
Yeah. Last thing we'll say about him is he released a stupid video that I won't watch and bashed America for the 250th anniversary, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Best country in the world. That's one of the things Caleb Hammer asked this lady is, "So, give me an example of a country where what you want to happen has happened and is better than the United States."
And
crickets.
Yeah. In her brain, crickets, too.
Crickets.
Well, in the video he released, which was hilarious, he sat at George Washington's desk to do the video.
But behind it.
But he sat behind the desk so you could see the drawers, and his legs was up against the back of the desk. And I'm like, you don't even know how to sit right?
No.
It was incredibly stupid.
So, because of the Supreme Court rulings, because we're going to segue real good, because we're real good at that.
No, bunny trail.
On mail-in voting, because of that Supreme Court ruling, Save America Act is kind of important.
It's
so. Chuck Schumer said this about it.
Yeah, 25 million people will lose will be removed from and lose the ability to vote.
Thanks for the admission that there's 25 million people who shouldn't be voting.
Yes, it's literally what it means. And it's probably under that. I mean, probably that's a low number. It's probably 50 million.
So, yeah, we need to pass it. And what's nice is Trump has stated specifically he's not signing any other legislation until that is on his desk.
I hope so. I hope he vetoes the housing bill that was just passed to him.
Was it a bad thing or a good thing? I didn't even look at it.
Okay. Some of the pieces of the bill can be good, but one of the components of it is it overrules all zoning in the states. So you can put high-density housing in a farming community and overrule the local zoning.
I might be okay with that.
I wouldn't, because that removes any ability for anybody local to control their infrastructure, to control anything about their city. It removes. You have a chance to stop something if it's local. You don't have a chance in heck to stop something that is federally mandated.
So
that's my problem.
I'd have to look into more of it, because honestly, zoning in most states is stupid and terrible. It's completely wrong, and it's done wrong, and it makes everything worse.
But you can have more influence.
Stupid city councilors use it to keep people that they don't like from building things and allow people to build things that they do like.
Correct. We have a great example here in Salt Lake. Okay? We have the Delta Center, which is a big
basketball stadium.
Yeah. Well, we're going to give he's a billionaire, I think, $3 billion to rebuild it.
That's not abnormal. It's really not.
And it's just...
Because that happened with the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
Chicago was even worse. Do you know what they did to them? Is they tried to stay in the city of Chicago. They bought a land, and were going to try to build on it, but they wouldn't give them the permits. Yep. But even while they wouldn't give them the permits, they valued the land at the cost it would with the building on it and started charging them property tax.
Property taxes. So guess where are they? They moved
They're
across
moving over
the
to
state line.
Yeah.
Yep. They moved over the state line.
Preferential treatment. So I don't necessarily agree with giving them tons of money. Tax cuts I'm okay with.
I don't even know if I'm okay with that, but we'll see.
It is what it is. If you want a stadium in your city.
I don't want a stadium. That's my issue.
Well, if
I
you
don't want a stadium.
Then no tax cuts. A lot of people are pissed about the Bears move because that is a
brings in a lot of money.
Institution in Chicago.
Yeah, it's an institution, right. Yeah,
they're no longer the Chicago Bears.
Nope. Well, I think they are, but whatever. It won't be for long.
So on a happier,
happier subject.
Other hilarious thing before we move on.
No,
is
bunny trail. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is Rand Paul's been posting lots of things about how he's trying to help Trump out, and someone commented on his post and was like, "What happened to Rand Paul? Why is he helping so much?" And then someone was like, "Because Trump nuked Thomas Massey in the primary."
Okay, but you want to hear the latest conspiracy theory, which is even better?
Go for it.
All right. Mitch McConnell, evidently a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, fell in his Washington, D.C. house.
Yes.
Struck his head, had to be completely revived, he was dead for minutes. CPR performed on an 80-some-odd-year-old man, break ribs, bruise organs, everything.
It's not good. I was listening to a paramedic explain it, and it goes crunch, crunch, crunch when you're doing it on an older person, which is...
It's a horrible sound. Anyhow.
Can't be a good experience for the paramedic.
A whole bunch of people saying he's dead.
Okay.
Okay. The reason they don't want to admit, here's the conspiracy theory. It's hilarious. I love it just because it's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
The reason they don't want to admit he's dead is that Thomas Massey will run for his seat because they have to have a special election and win. Because in Kentucky, he would.
I think Trump proved that wrong.
No, I believe he would absolutely win in the Senate race, short-term, condensed race. Because, I mean, we're talking 2 weeks or 3 weeks total. Because he has name recognition.
Yeah, but he's burned all his reputation. He's
Well,
burned it to
I said,
the ground.
I love the conspiracy theory because it's the hilarious.
It is hilarious.
But that's what they said. Now, do I believe it? No, because I think I believe that Mitch McConnell's dead. But yeah, it was interesting.
All right, on to happier news.
The Great American State Fair.
Yeah.
I wish with all my heart that I could go.
If we still lived in Virginia, we could.
But the one reason I'm glad I couldn't go, it was
very
104 there today and about 80% humidity or some horrible number.
Was today.
There are supposed to be like 250 flyovers in the
Awesome.
from the 1st of July to the 4th of different types of planes in our military.
We're getting a flyover tomorrow of all the cities.
Multiples. There's actually multiple flyovers happening here in Salt Lake.
Nice.
Yeah, tomorrow.
They're flying over every single city.
Yeah, but over D.C., there's supposed to be 250 different
That's
types
insane.
of planes doing flyovers.
Yeah, and they're doing
Which is-
B-2 bomber, which looks like the sky is pixelating.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be awesome. But I would love to go there. The heat, though, I don't think I can handle it right now.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to celebrate America, and I'm glad that we have a president who actually likes America,
Correct.
celebrating America, unlike the dead person who was in office
Or the
brain dead person.
traitor
Or the
before
traitor.
Trump.
Because we want to celebrate how good we are, and that's
After the midterms.
We'll talk about FIFA now because of that.
No. After the midterms, I'm going to make a prediction. He's going to try to arrest Obama for treason. There's my prediction.
I think he's gonna have a lot of fun after the midterms.
That because they have proof that he committed treason.
Yeah.
And so, because
Interesting.
Tulsi Gabbard released the proof that he committed treason. And so he's going to arrest him and maybe even his husband, wife, Mike.
So back on Trump's awesome because he
Yeah.
got FIFA to be in the United States.
Yep.
Which is a huge deal. And the reason it's a huge deal is you have normal people coming to the U.S. and seeing that we're
have
not
never been here.
crazy.
They've never been here before, the majority of them, ever.
Yes.
And they've all been told by their media that it's a deadly place. You'll get shot. You'll get stabbed. You'll get murdered. You'll get raped. You'll be hated on because you're not from America.
Mhm.
And it has been hilarious to watch some of these reactions.
And none of it's true. And it's awesome to see people come here and just enjoy the country that we love and understand a small bit of why we love it.
And just be blown away by simple things we take for granted.
Oh, yeah, like ranch dressing.
Yeah. Or Walmart.
Oh, it's true.
They're
The
blown away by
varieties we
Walmart.
have on shelves. Apparently, the rest of the world is way behind on.
Well, they're
Varieties.
mostly socialist countries.
Oh, I agree.
And
but
so
even like
It
our
limits-
European partners who are a little bit
They're
more free.
mostly socialist countries. I said that.
That's true.
And so there's that problem.
Well,
It's
pseudo
fun to
social.
watch these reactions.
Yes, it's very fun. Also, the U.S. team is doing pretty good.
It is. They won last night. Wasn't it last night
I don't
or the night
remember.
before?
No, it was on Wednesday night.
It was Wednesday night. They won.
Wednesday
yeah.
night.
Anyhow, whatever. They won their last game. They
They
moved
did.
on.
FIFA needs to figure things out because they threw a red card on a guy for no reason. And why we say that is because they showed pictures of Messi, who was everyone's favorite soccer player. If you don't know
Not
anything
mine.
about soccer, that's why. Of Messi doing the same thing our player did and didn't even get a yellow card.
Yeah.
And what a red card is our team was playing 10 to 11, 10 men to 11 men for like 30 minutes. We still did fine. But also the guy who got the red card will not be allowed to play in the next game,
Yeah.
which is a huge downer because he's awesome.
But you expect that kind of things with hockey and any of these sports, international sports.
People have been looking into the ref's background, and he's shady as crap.
Well, most are. You expect bad calls to come out against you.
Sounds like it's purposely bad.
But
anyhow, that's another conspiracy theory, is that the World Cup is planned ahead of time.
Yeah, well.
Just like the Super Bowl.
Wouldn't
People
shock
believe the
me.
Super Bowl is planned ahead of time.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me anymore.
So, if you are in Virginia or Pennsylvania or
any of the surrounding states, New Jersey, New York.
Go to the Great American Fair. Just have a fun time.
Yeah.
Enjoy America. I don't care if you're liberal or not. Celebrate the country you live in because it's awesome.
Because every state is hosting a little pavilion or booth, whatever you want to call it, but it's not little. And you can go in and learn about the states. You can learn about all sorts of things about the United States. They have a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's going to be fun.
They've done a really good job. So,
yeah. All right. On to the last story of the day. And at some point, I'll put a video together that has some guy dancing in a corner for the science corner.
For the science corner, that's true.
Where it's always 90 degrees unless it's a 45-degree corner.
Yeah. Or it's an outside corner and then it can be like 180 or something.
Yeah, you just melt.
Yeah. But this is, welcome to the science corner. So,
did you know heartbeats happen?
Yes. But this is amazing because this is a video of a baby in utero. The moment the heart starts to beat. And it's what's amazing about it is it's not these 3 cells try to beat. And then these 4 and then these 7 pick up and these 8 and then these 12 and these 15. No. The heart is not beating. And then all of a sudden it's beating.
That's crazy.
And so it's insane to watch.
It's almost like someone
designed it. Shocking. I know.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's kind of insane. So anyhow, this post, you can go look at it, take a gander, and but it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
We have technology to be able to catch this. That's what we have technology.
We do.
And that's pretty cool.
All right, that's all the stories we have for today. So if you liked our show, you should like it and subscribe. If you didn't like our show, you should like it and subscribe.
And get your neighbor to subscribe.
Exactly. And that homeless guy in the street. If you go into the library, see a bunch of homeless people, guess what? They're not going to judge you for telling them to watch our show because you're never going to see them again.
It's true. That's true.
Tell them to watch.
If you see a FIFA fan, tell them to like it, subscribe.
Exactly.
You never see them again either.
Correct. Exactly. Well, that's all we got today. Have a great July 4th.
That's right. Happy birthday,